In previous video, so we saw how to connect universal forwarder with the indexer, and yeah, and in searched if you run for internal index, we are getting all three indexes data. So now let's understand how to enable custom. So this is internal data, right? So internal data is flowing automatically without we doing anything. So now if we want to configure any custom, any other file, let's say var log messages, some other log file you want to monitor, how are we going to configure, right? So for that, let's go to indexer first and create index, because before you onboard any data, you have to know how in which index you are going to put the data, because index is nothing but a different folder structure, right? So now let me go to the indexer backend. Now there are ways you can create it from the UI. I think already you know, I guess you can directly go to settings and click on indexes, and you can click a new index and just give name and click on save. That is pretty much easy. Now let's understand how to create from the backend, like in indexer backend, how to create an index, right? So for that, I have to connect to indexer backend. Go to index, select indexer, and click on connect. And you see there is a a SSH command. Let's log in. Okay, I can exit from this. This is my forwarder, so I'm exiting from there. Can clear the screen. Yeah, and now paste it. Yes. So yeah, now I connected to indexer. See, there is a name indexer. So what are the steps? The steps can be found in this document. This document you can find it in the below the video, and yeah, you can follow the same steps. So first one, you have to log in as a Splunk user. Oh, sorry, you have to log in as a Splunk user and go to bin directory. Let's say I'm creating a day6 underscore idx. That's the file name I have to create. I'm copying this and pasting it. Yeah, it's asking for username and password. Min DAWD. Yeah, you see index day6 idx added. So the now let's restart the indexer again. You don't want to restart the index, just do this, because when you created add index, you don't want to restart it. But for a safer side, because your lab environment, right, you can just restart. So let's restart. In a real time, like if you add use this command, you don't need to restart. Okay. Indexer will take time, like because it's a heavy component, it does take some time to get restarted. So that's is not a big issue. Just wait for some time. Okay, the indexer is now getting restarted finally. Okay, it's done. Now let's go to the apps search local, because by default, if when you just create index, we haven't specified in which app it should get created. So let's go to the search app and see if we have indexes in .conf. Yeah, you see day6 idx, the app, I mean index is created. So yeah, now let's say I executed CLI command and it came now. Let's say if I do this, like if I create it in the indexes.conf, will it reflect? Let's try that. So for that, what you can do is, yeah, you can go to the same directory and vi indexes.conf. Yeah, you can copy paste this, or like, yeah, you have this one here as well. In from this document also you can copy paste. But yeah, before you paste this, I would suggest like go to your notepad and paste it first, and just change the name. So I'm say like, okay, demo idx. Make sure you copy paste the same name in all three lines, like all four lines, wherever you say like index name. Right now I can copy, I can paste it just below this, save it, and demo idx. Yeah, I'm saving and saved it. And before that, do a cat index.conf. Yeah, we have day 6 and demo idx, and now you have to restart actually. So now, because we are creating from the configuration file, this needs a restart. I'm going to this bin directory and I'm doing a restart. Again, it's going to take some time. So, okay, the indexer is started. Now let's see if the index is created. So for that, yeah, we are already in the bin directory. So I'm just copy pasting this. Okay, it's asking, okay, login credentials. Login failed. Oh, okay. Mm, okay, yeah. You see, it is listing, and there are different indexes. You see here we have a day 6 which was created, and demo idx. This is like one I created in the uh, indexes.conf. So that is also working. So both ways you can use a CLI command, or you can directly edit index.conf. That will work. And now the next step is configuring the data flow. So now the indexer is ready. We have index day 6 idx index is available now. So now to this index we are going to enable the data flow. So for that we have to log into universal forward, because that is where we are going to enable the data. So now I'm exiting. Okay, I'm clearing the screen, and let me open the AWS console. Indexes, UF. Let's go to the UF examples, and let's come back to the terminal and paste it. Logged in. So now again we have to log in back to log into a Splunk user, and let's go to this directory, system local directory. It need not to be system local, it can be any apps local also, but now let's go to the system local and check if we have a, there are files. We have outputs.conf and server.conf, which the outputs.conf we created in the previous video. Now let's create a inputs.conf, sorry, vi inputs.conf, and click on insert, and then you can copy paste this syntax. See, where logs. So this directory, so we are going to monitor. So index equal to day 6 idx, disabled equal to 0. This is enough for now, because let the remaining properties, let it be default. So I'm saving it, saved it, and yeah, we have to restart the Splunk, because this is the first time we are creating inputs.conf. So we have to restart. Next time onwards you can, oh man, next time onwards you can just reload the Splunk. But for now, let's restart. For that, dot Splunk restart command and paste it. Okay, yeah, it's a Splunk user, so we have to log in back to root user. Yeah, sudo su, and let's restart. Let's navigate to bin folder, and let's restart. Okay, it's getting restarted. Okay, it is restarted. So now at this point of time, the data flow might have enabled. Let's go to the indexer UI and run this query, index equal to day 6, and let's see if the data is coming, right? Though this is the indexer UI, login. So we have to run index equal to day 6 idx. It's 24 hours. Okay, you see the data started coming. So what are the sources? Where log messages and everything. So yeah, so the data started flowing. But how do we know if all the data is indexed? Like we don't know, right? How much data is indexed, or is it halfway? Is it completed the indexing? For that, let's go to Universal Forwarder backend. This is the Universal Forwarder backend. Let's run a command. Okay, I think that command is already there in this document. Yeah, you can go to bin directory, it, and then Splunk list input status. So this is the command which will give you a list of uh, inputs and their status. Yeah, you see here, each and every inside varlog, every file is being listed here. So this is the starting place. If you just scroll up, each file is saying like percentage. What is the percentage? What's the type of it? See, type finished reading means it is completed the reading. Percentage is how much percentage it is. So now all the files you can see everything is 100%. Sometimes if it is a huge file, you will be seeing like it is like 20%, 30%, like that it will grow. And you can just you can run that command again. It will give you the latest information. And there are some places you can see unreadable file type. So this is where you should note down and check what is the reason, because sometimes if it is a binary or if it is some non-supported encrypted file, Splunk won't be able to read it. So yeah, that's it for this video.